Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and in this video I am sharing 4 laugh out loud cards I made with Tailored Expressions Sarcasti-Chick stamp sets and foil products from ThermoWeb Deco foil. I love to use humor in my cards and also the sparkle of foil, so I love it when two favorites can be combined to create great cards. I have shared the first 2 cards I made in a previous video and on my blog, but because these cards are also foiled in fabulous Sarcasti-Chick cards, I am showing them again. This is the set of stamps I first received and made my first card with. This sentiment just cracks me up. I'd walk through fire for you. Well, not fire, that would be dangerous, but a super humid room, but not too humid, because my hair. Isn't that a perfect feminine sentiment? And so I received this set, and it has the Sarcasti-Chick stamp and the die to cut it out, and then a whole bunch of really cute sentiments and a bunch of funny faces. So this is the first card I made. I used that super funny sentiment, and I gave her some hair, which for the humidity part, and then I used some foiled strips along the side. This is the second card I made. After I fell in love with Sarcasti-Chick, I knew I needed to get her some clothes, and I bought both the Halloween closet and the regular closet stamp sets. So this is the Halloween closet set, and it has that hair and that crown, and then a really funny caped character and a witch dress. And then I made this one. It's a side fold card, and it has that funny witch, more of that beautiful foil. Now that's from Brutus, Monroe, and ThermoWeb, and some really funny sentiments. And here is another fabulous foiled Sarcasti-Chick I made card with Halloween closet. And another new set from Tailored Expressions called Cutting Edge Stars, as well as a super funny sentiment and a caped heroine outfit that is part of the Halloween closet stamp set. So I showed you the one set. This is the other set. There's stars that you stamp, and you can also cut out. I created an easel card by simply folding the front of an A2 navy card in half. So you can see that I just folded that in half, and then it stands up with an easel. And here's our funny Sarcasti-Chick, and a sentiment that says, "I'm super lazy today. It's like normal lazy, but I'm wearing a cape." Again, a really funny sentiment for women. I used 2 different ways of adding the sparkle of foil to this card. First, I used Deco foil transfer gel through a stars stencil. So you can use the transfer gel, and I had a stars stencil, and I just applied it with a knife through the stencil, and you let it totally dry so that it is clear and not tacky. And then I also stamped the stars along the top with that set that I showed you, and I stamped it with Versamark ink, and then I heat set it with clear embossing powder. I laid a piece of Gina Designs ThermoWeb gold sequins fancy foil over both, and I ran it through my hot mink. The stars all sparkle with that gold sequin foil. So I'm hoping you can see that. So this was stamped, so any stamp that you have, you can also foil. And then this was with a stencil, so again, any stencil that you might have, you can also foil it. This hashtag sentiment is from a set of stamps by Butterfly Reflections Ink, and I just decided she needed something kind of sarcastic to say. It is what it is. I'm super lazy today, but it's like normal lazy, but I'm wearing a cape. So again, another funny Sarcasti-Chick card. This is the foiled Christmas card that we're making in this video. I created a pretty white Christmas front, but when the card is opened, the recipient is sure to get a chuckle out of the boozy, sarcastic chick dressed up like Santa. So here's our pretty foiled front. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but if the white runs out, I'll drink the red. And there's our sarcastic chick dressed up like Santa with her vino. Taylor of Tailored Expressions said in her Tailored Expressions fan Facebook group that she would not have time to get any Christmas outfits or snarky sentiments done this year in time for a Christmas release for her Sarcastic Chick sets. So I just decided to make my own. And here are the supplies that I used. Of course, I used the Sarcastic Chick stamp and die combo from here, although I will admit I don't use the die. I fussy cut her out because I don't color. So if you are a good colorer, you can use the die to cut her out. I fussy cut her and stamped her on colored cardstock. I made a little outfit from the Sarcastic Chick's closet, one of the stamps there. I am also using some Brutus Monroe Thermal Web Transfer Sheets foil. This one is called Tide Pool, and it is a gorgeous, I hope you can see that, but it's got the blues and all sorts of different colors in there and a beautiful foil. I am using the apparatus from the Burniston tree pop-up. I'm just using the pop-up apparatus for this card, although I have made some beautiful tree cards for all seasons using this set. And I'll show you how you could probably make your own, but again, I recommend this set because it does make a beautiful tree pop-up card for any season. I'm also using the Burniston Rectangles Crosshatch, which adds a nice pattern to a rectangle. I'm using some Lil Inker stitched oval dies. Also from Tailored Expressions, I'm using her sugar-coated 100% wool designer felt. I love the sparkle in this felt, and it was perfect for the Santa outfit. And I'm using the Gina K Foil Elements Large Snowflake, like her foil mates, in a large snowflake pattern. And to dress up my Santa Chick, I used a Santa hat from the Tim Holtz Crazy Birds Things set. I'm starting with an A2 navy card base, and for the front I am going to, I have placed a piece of that pretty Tide Pool Brutus Monroe foil over a piece of the Gina K snowflakes. I have my mink set to 3, and I'm simply going to run that through. In addition to the navy A2 card base, I've also cut a piece of white cardstock 8 by 5 1/4, and I folded it in half. I've punched a couple snowflakes out with an older punch just because I like the look of the negative versus the positive of the snowflakes. And I stamped the sentiment on the inside, but if the white runs out, I'll drink the red. So that part is ready to go. So we will remove the foil, and you can see all of that gorgeous foiled but very subtle look with a touch of color. Now this piece would make another gorgeous card, so I'm not going to get rid of that. This is going to be on the front of the card. So I'll go ahead and attach that. And then I have stamped my stitched oval. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas and some snowflakes around there, and I have it popped up on pop dots. So our front is all serious and beautiful, and I'm ready to go. As I explained, I'm using the apparatus die from that Karen Burniston set, and this is what it does, quite simply. It cuts out a scores and cuts out that piece there, so you could put anything on that front and pop it up. It's a very simple pop-up. If you do not have this set or another one, you could see that if you used a craft knife, you could just cut the slices and then score here and score here and score here and pop it up, and you would be able to make that simple pop-up. I'm also using the Crosshatch rectangle die, and you can see how that adds a beautiful interest to that rectangle, and that's going to be placed on our card there. These are the other pieces that I've already cut out. I have our Sarcasti-Chick all ready to go with a little bit of coloring, and her Vino. I got her hat ready already. As I explained, I stamped this on both red cardstock and then also on that white sparkly sugar coated felt, and that is her Santa hat. And then this is one of those little, it's either a swimsuit or a little dress from her closet, and I decided that I wanted to make it kind of look like a Christmas outfit. So what I did was I stamped it first in red and cut it out, and then I stamped it again, and I'm traced from the back on this felt paper, sparkly paper, and I created a little piece that will go on the top and the bottom. And I'm going to use some glue dots to attach that. Turn it around. And trim it off just a little bit. And so we will dress her. Start with the hat. And put her little suit on. And then I think I'll use micro glue dots to attach her wine. Oh. So there's our little Santa chick with her bottle of vino. And we'll stand her there. I'm going to attach this on the inside of the card, 1/2 at a time. So this is the top half. You want this to be right in the fold. I thought he did it upside down. Okay, so there's our front, and there's our center all ready to go. And then I'm going to take a little bit larger glue dot. And then if I lay this flat down and centered, I don't want that over the side of the top, and press it down and lift it up, our Santa chick drinking her vino is now attached. The Tailored Expressions Sarcasti-Chick stamp sets are so fun to use to make snarky and funny cards for any occasion, and sure to give the recipient a big laugh. And remember too, you can use foil from Thermoweb to add sparkle to any card you might want to make. Thanks for watching, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, and thanks too for helping me share the joy of creativity.